Hello everyone, welcome to Edu Yourself. In this video, we are going to see what is a workflow in JIRA. Alright, let's start with the definition of the workflow. A JIRA workflow is a set of statuses and transitions that an issue moves through during its life cycle and typically represents processes within your organization or a project. Alright, now here we are seeing two different terminology, right? We can see a workflow is a set of statuses and transitions. So these are the most important terminology in the workflow. Now we clearly know that JIRA is a project management tool, right? And in the project we will be having multiple issues. So let's navigate to the JIRA instance. And let's create one of the issue in any one of the project. Alright, let's create an issue in the Edu Yourself project and let's keep the issue type as task and let's click on the details. Maybe the workflow definition. And then let's scroll down a little bit. Let's assign it to someone. Let's click on create. An issue has been created in the Edu Yourself project and the issue key is going to be ed-2. Now we are using the profile JIRA Edu Yourself 2, right? And we have assigned this particular issue to the user Cecil Kumar. So let me open the account that belongs to Cecil. Alright, let's do a quick page refresh. I can clearly see there is one of the issue that has been assigned on the user or the assignee Cecil. And when I click on it, the issue will be opened with some kind of summary and we can see all the necessary fields on the issue. Alright, as we can see the summary says workflow definition. Maybe the user or the assignee of this particular issue needs to be worked on what's needed or what's explained in the summary, right? Maybe we have to post the workflow definition. Let me quickly navigate to Google and let's see JIRA workflow definition. Alright, I got some of the information. The same that I posted in the PPT. A JIRA workflow is a set of statuses and transitions that an issue moves during its life cycle. Now let me copy that. Let me close it and let me paste it in the comments and let me click on save. Alright, the assignee work is to work on the issue, whatever has been mentioned either in the summary or the description. So the assignee will let the people or the project lead knows what work he is doing on a particular issue in the form of comments. And at the same time, by using the workflow, as we can see the workflow right here, this can be called as the workflow and now it is currently in the to-do status. So we can call this the button as to-do status. Alright, now when I click on it, I can see multiple statuses. Basically JIRA will be having a simplified workflow with three statuses: to do, in progress and done. And whatever the workflow that has been configured in the backend of the project, those statuses can be displayed on the view issues screen. According to that, the user will be able to move the workflow status. It means anybody in the team who have the access to the issue ed-2, they will be able to see the status of the issue. Alright, now when we can see it is in progress, we can directly tell, alright, Cecil has already started working on this particular issue even without seeing the comments, right? So the workflow will let anybody in the team knows from the beginning until its end where exactly the issue is at. Whether is it started, whether is it in between, or whether is it in review, or it is waiting for approval, or it is completed. So in JIRA we do have two important terminologies that we can use: statuses and transitions. Whatever that I see here can be called as the statuses. Alright, I hope everybody understand the basic meaning or the definition of what is a JIRA workflow. Alright, let me come back to the PPT. Now what are statuses and what are transitions? We will see one by one in order to get a little bit understanding about the workflows. Now let's talk about a workflow in JIRA. Alright, now on the view issue screen, when I click this particular place, I can see to do, I can see in progress, I can see done, right? This is given by JIRA by default. But we will be able to create a custom workflow in the way that we want. Not just these three statuses, we can keep n number of statuses. And the workflow in JIRA will look something like this. Whenever the issue gets created, on the view issue screen by default, the open status will be there. And as we can see, the workflow here was designed with 5 different statuses: open, work in progress, pending, reopened, and done. We can call whatever that we are seeing in the boxes as statuses. It is nothing but the steps in your team's working process that describe the state of a task, or a story, or a bug. Simply an issue. Alright, now we understand what is a status in JIRA. In the same way, we do have another terminology, right, which is a transition. Now, when I see exactly at this picture, we clearly understand there are 5 different statuses on this particular workflow. And what is a transition in JIRA means? Usually how a piece of work can move between statuses. In order for an issue to move between 2 statuses, a transition must exist. Now as I can see on the view issue screen, for example, if I want to move from in progress to done, or maybe in progress to do, in the backend there will be a transition between these 2 statuses. If there is no transition, I will not be able to see that particular status on the workflow view screen. As we can clearly see, there is a transition from open to in progress. I can see the direction. There is a status from open to done. There is a transitions. There is a transition from open to in progress, open to done, and open to pending. So that whenever the issue gets created, basically it will be in the open status, so that based upon how we have designed the workflow in the backend, based upon the transition direction, the user will be able to move the issue from open either to work in progress, or directly to pending, or maybe even directly to done. So the transition will decide what should happen in between the statuses. From which status to which status the transition or the user needs to move the issue. And we will be discussing much more about how to define or how to create a new workflow in JIRA in the upcoming sessions. Now as we can clearly see, by default the JIRA have given 3 statuses. Even if I click on the view workflow, I can clearly see how the workflow has been designed in the backend. As soon as the issue gets created, the user will be seeing to do status. And from to do, the user can either move to in progress or done. And the diagram that you are seeing here is little bit different from the diagram that we are seeing in the PowerPoint, right? We are not seeing the transitions in between the statuses. All we can see, there is a transition mark all. So what is the name of this particular transition? It can be called as a global transition. If there is a global transition to any status, the user can freely move from any other status to this particular status. By default, the JIRA will give a workflow where for each and every status there will be a global transition, which means the user can move from to do to done, again from done to either in progress or to do. From being in progress, he can either move to done or to do. There is a very much flexibility. So we can completely customize and we can restrict the users to move to a particular status. Because of that, there will be a customized workflows in JIRA. So I hope everybody understand what is a workflow in JIRA. Whenever in a project, whenever the Scrum Master or the project lead creates an issue and assign to any particular user, the user will go through the workflow that has been defined in the backend. So from the beginning until its end, the user will be going through one by one statuses so that the project lead or any person will clearly understand the status or the work progress of each issue in JIRA. And this would be the basic understanding of a workflow in JIRA. And in the next session, we will be seeing the navigation to a workflow and what is the default workflow given by JIRA for a Scrum project and what is the default workflow given to a Kanban project and how we can create a custom workflow like this. So each and everything that are related to workflows we will be discussing in the upcoming sessions, other videos. So if you like the video, you can like it and you can even share it with the friends that you would like to, and you can subscribe to the channel for many more good videos that are from Edu Yourself. And I see you all in the upcoming video. Thank you.